review is very similar to the test you're going to take tomorrow. I'm going to read it, and I want you to think about what kind of tape diagram you might draw. On Sunday, Greg bought 5 3/4 kilograms of pet food. He used 2 1/8 kilograms on his dogs and used 5 16 kilograms for his cats. So most likely he had a bag of dog food and a bag of cat food, okay, and he added them together. How many kilograms of pet food did Greg have left? Write one or more equations to show how you reached your answer. Okay, first of all, boys and girls, leave yourself a lot of room because we've got to do addition. Well, I don't want to tell you what we're going to do. Tell me what to put on this tape diagram. What's my total?
5 3/4.
Very good. 5 3/4. And he used 2 1/8 on his dogs and 15 16ths on his cats. Whoops. That needs to be a C, doesn't it? Okay, Abrielle, tell me how I'm going to solve this problem.
You're going to add 2 1/8.
Okay, so she says add the dogs and cats together and then do what?
And then you subtract it by the big.
Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to write the total down here with a subtraction sign and a blank to remind myself that when I get done with the first part of this problem, I've got to subtract. Okay? I think maybe if we write it down, we won't forget to subtract. All right. So, something I noticed when adding these problems today is that the denominator is sometimes already there. So if I add these two problems together, Modesto, what's my common denominator? 16, because 8 goes evenly into 16. Okay. Check to make sure you've got the same thing that I have. That's terrible. Okay, so my answer, am I going too fast? I'll slow down. Okay. Something else I noticed about the problems on this test, most of the time we've got a whole number with an improper fraction beside it. So you've got to make sure and find your whole.
What if you're like?
Okay, I've answered that question before. If you can do this part right here in your head, do it in your head. There's no reason to write it down. So the answer to how much the dogs and cats ate together was 3 1/16 kilograms.
Can you circle that?
No. What did we write over here so we wouldn't forget to do it?
3 1/16.
Okay. Now just a minute. I can't just do that in my head, so I'm going to write it over in that empty spot. What? Okay. Okay, so just a minute. Let me get this written down. Do you like to start with whole numbers, boys and girls?
Yeah.
So let's put 5 minus 3. What is that?
2.
2 and 3/4 minus 1/16, right? Okay, so common denominator, Christian.
You have to multiply it by 4.
So what's the denominator?
16.
16. Make sure you're subtracting. That's just like the first one where we picked 16, only this time it's a 4. So he says multiply it times 4 Don't forget your 2. And this one, what does it do? Stay the same?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we have, for an answer, what's 12 minus 1?
11.
2 and 11/16. Now you can circle your answer.
Do we do equal signs?
You don't have to, but if it's easier for you to do that, to keep yourself organized, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. Now we will come back to, let's see. Yeah, we're going to have to come back to part of this problem when we get to the next one. So I'm only going to scroll down a little bit until we get it written down, okay? All right, B. Greg wants to feed his dogs 2 more times and his cat 1 more time. He will use the same amounts of pet food as before. How much pet food will he need? And does he have enough left to do so? Explain your answer using words, pictures, and numbers. You know what I forgot, boys and girls? A sentence. Greg has 2 and 11/16 kilograms of pet food left. Don't forget your sentences, and I'm going to expect 5th grade sentences here. Okay, so if Greg wants to feed his dogs 2 more times, so that's 2 groups of, how much did he use to feed his dogs? 2 and 1/8.
Wait, I think I know the answer.
Just a minute, it's more than one step. And 1 more time for his cats, which I don't have to write this, but, okay? So 2 times 2 is 4. What is 2 groups of 1/8?
2 8.
2 8.
Yeah, I was right.
Now, we could simplify that, but I'm not going to. Do you want to know why I'm not going to simplify it?
Smarter than that.
Because it's easier.
Because there's a 16 in the other number. And I think 8 and 16 go together nicely. Don't you? Yeah. Now, what do I do with these numbers?
Add it.
Go ahead, Ariel, tell me.
Just explain. What you'll do is you'll add them together and then you'll subtract them by 3 and 1/16. Genius.
Well, I think we have 2 and 11/16 left. Okay? So we are going to go back to that. But here, right now, let's add these 2 together. So 4 and 2/8 plus 15/16. Yeah, there's 2 parts to everything, basically, at least. Okay, so my new denominator. What is it, Griffin?
The denominator
Yes,
is 16.
16, because why?
Because both 8 and 16 go into 16.
Right.
16 times 1 equals 16. And 8 times 2 equals 16.
Okay, so I have 15/16 here, and he says 8 times 2, so this is 4/16.
Yep.
So I have 4. George, what's 4 plus 15?
4 plus 15 equals
19/16. Again, I see an improper fraction with a whole number. 4 plus check my math, make sure I didn't make a mistake here.
Don't tell me. Yay.
Okay, Abrielle was ready with part 2 of this question. First thing I want you to do, Christian, is there a reason why you keep talking to Modesto? Motioning at him or something? Okay, how much do we need to feed the pets? 5 and 3/16, right? And do I have enough left
No,
to do that? No, I don't. This is how much I have left, 2 and 11/16. And I need 5 and 3/16. Okay, so what would my sentence be for the answer on this one? Greg does not have enough. I'm putting doesn't. And I'm just going to write pet food left. Just to, no it doesn't. Don't write that sentence, that's not a fifth grade sentence. I'm trying to save time. Yes.